Hello again, all you wonderful weed heads. I'm back at it once again. Weed on Wrestling. I am, of course, Weed, aka Alan, your host that tries to stay stoned the most. And I'm recording once again, not in Secondhand Studios, aka the Blunt Cave. I'm relegated, kind of like they relegated Austin Aries and Neville to the pre-show. I'm relegated to something I feel is inferior. I'm recording from inside a car, outside of a hotel that I'm staying at, because I don't want to smoke weed in the hotel. So here I am, outside, in a car, talking shit. I released a crap podcast earlier in the day talking about the pre-show already, and interrupted by a freak rainstorm that kind of dampened my mood and killed my buzz. I'm working on getting that back, though. You know me, always puffing on something. Like this joint right here. I'll just keep puffing on it for a little while. Let's jump right into things on Wrestlemania 2017. Man. The more I think about it, the better the show was. I have my biasness. I have my things that I'm upset with. I'm upset Austin Aries and Neville, of course, got relegated to the pre-show Intercontinental Championship. It's a pre-show match now. Wasn't that title at one point the second most prestigious title in WWE? And now it's a pre-show match between Corbin and Ambrose that Ambrose wins. Gets the shit kicked out of him, but Ambrose wins. Neville retains his cruiserweight. The fucking Andre the Giant Battle Royale is now relegated to and ostracized to the pre-show taping now. So that happens. Anyway, Neville retains in the pre-show. Dean Ambrose retains in the pre-show. They're still your champions. Mojo Rawley wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale with the help of fucking Rod Gronkowski. So I guess now that it's okay if fans jump over the barrier and help out. Is that what you're saying here? That it's perfectly acceptable for fans not to follow simple guidelines and, rules? Oh well. Let's talk about the actual show. New Day kicks it off, dressed like wannabe video game characters. Hell, at least they hit all their fucking talking points and managed to sell some merchandise in the process. I mean, that's what it's about, isn't it? All about those merch sales, merchandise, revenue. Good revenue. Yeah, whatever. Good point about that. Catch my breath, finding my words. The good point about that New Day segment was that Big E's sense of humor continues to be top notch. Always the entertainer and the funny man as we collectively pull our levers. Nice little spot. I like that. I want more of Big E's humor, but I have a bigger, smaller moment of the week that I'm going to go with. I'll get to that. Next off, we had the AJ Styles, Shane O'Mac fight, basically. Wasn't really a wrestling match, it was a fight. Alright, whatever. If nothing else, at least we got this fucked up match out of the way first. Let me get this straight. They're fighting again because Shane McMahon backed AJ Styles, and then AJ Styles got pissed and smashed his head through a car window, and now we got beef. Alright, as long as I can figure out what the hell we're fighting for. Oh, whatever. Got it. It was a slow start to the match. It seemed that both fighters were wanting to have their funniness mixed in with their fighting so that they can have a moment with the fans instead of actually wrestling. I don't know. You could tell that the match was made merely for the spot fest that it was and for the crowd interaction. I kind of get why it started the pre-show, or not the pre-show, but started the actual show of WrestleMania, kicking off the in-ring performance. It was a good little table setter. It was a good appetizer, if you will. Again, sloppy and kind of slow. It was definitely a spot fest match. Anytime momentum would build and we as the fans would, get into it, we'd be kind of continuously let down because there is a lot of resting going on in the match. A lot of resting. A shit ton of awkward dancing, but that's to be expected whenever we're dealing with Shane. Some punches, wild punches that missed by mere feet. But you could tell that they weren't even close. But then some of them, I think them two were actually dinging each other. Because there is a couple of them, I'm pretty sure, found flesh in a solid format. But yeah, it was... Styles looked unlike himself. And by that I mean that the WWE was doing what the WWE is known to do, which is find great talent, develop the great talent, and then bury the great talent by a family member of the McMahons. A la see Seth Rollins Triple H match. But it was okay. It wasn't all shit, I suppose. The ref getting kicked, the trash cans being used, it kind of both added to it. I mean, hell, I was surprised that Shane could still jump that far from ring post to ring post without breaking a fucking hip. The Shane missing on the announce table spot, we kind of seen that coming since Styles moved. It almost reminds me of, I don't know, fucking last year at WrestleMania when he did the exact same thing off of a steel cage. It was a hell of a DDT reversal, though. I'll give that on the phenomenal forearm. And there at the end, the shooting star press is what did him in. He didn't quite land it, I guess you'd say. AJ moved out of the way. I don't really understand why Shane had to go for the shooting star press, but, you know, he's known to take risk. He's known to be that guy that does stupid shit. So, fuck it, why not, right? AJ Styles ended up winning with a phenomenal forearm. Good. Fucking good. I'm happy about that one. Not exactly happy about how Styles was used, but at least he picked up the win at WrestleMania, so that's a good thing. Moving right along, second match, Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens in the U.S. Championship. This one pissed me off, and the same reason that it pissed me off in the AJ Styles fight. It's hard getting behind the kayfabe and the fake reality of it when there's still daylight. I can't wrap my head around it or even explain it to the capacity that it needs. But I just feel that every time that you have a match in the daytime, it takes away a certain element of the match. And it did it with this one. The motherfuckers put Y2J on during daylight hours. What the fuck is wrong with the WWE and the scheduling that they had? I didn't understand it. Why not have a women's match right then? Why not separate, give them a little bit more time? It just didn't make a whole lot of sense. Absolutely no sense is what it made. All the storyline, all the build-up, all the hype for Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, and then we get nothing in return. I don't mean nothing. I just mean that we get to watch a fucking match in the daylight, and I'm not a fan of that. It was a decent match, though. Tough to really get into. Daylight hours, shitty crowd at that point. I mean, it had its factors and reasons why it wasn't that good. Owens caught a tater that kind of swelled him up a little bit on the head. That added a little element that made it build a little more. It was good. Don't get me wrong. Both these guys gave it their all, and it was a good match. I think I figured out what my problem is with the outdoor arenas and shit like that in the daytime, because I hate open air arenas. If it ain't indoors, the whole show goes downhill, which is sad because this match and these two guys deserve so much better. Owens wins and is your new United States champion. He had a rope break earlier in the match. He met it by one finger, or as Michael Cole liked to put out, he was one knuckle deep, or whatever the fuck he said. One knuckle saved the match. It was good. Good match. These guys deserve so much more than what they were given. I mean, credit due, credit earned, credit deserved to those two, because it was a tough sell. Listening to I'm going to move on really quickly today because it's starting to rain again if you can't hear it. My fucking... not happy recording, but let's just keep going. Me listening to the fucking King on commentary made me miss Mauro Ranallo even more. Get well soon, Mauro, and please come back. I kind of skipped around and had trouble watching the show, so I turned it off and watched it later on during the day. I watched Wrestlemania on a replay in 2 different sittings, so I kind of missed a couple matches and had to go back to get the details. The Raw Women Championship match was one of the matches that I missed. Turns out I didn't actually miss anything worth talking about. The Fatal 4-Way match between Bayley, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte Flair. A few good spots here and there. You knew they were all going to hit their fucking marks. Sasha doing Sasha, Nia doing Nia. Charlotte being Charlotte. Of course, she hits the fucking top rope move, the little flip like she does every match now. Nia sucks the talent out of the ring like she does every match now. Sasha just being Sasha again. She just mailed it in, I thought. And then you had Bayley. Bayley ended up winning the match, retaining the belt by pinning Charlotte Flair. Okay. At least you're not playing hot potato with the belt anymore. That's a good thing, I guess. Up next was a great fucking thing. Holy shit. The triple threat ladder match turned into a fatal 4-way ladder match. I'm so fucking happy. This, in my opinion, stole the whole damn show. It was such a good fucking relief. Because what happened? I'll get back to it as soon as it stops raining. I'll be right back. Sorry for the break in the action. And we're back. That triple threat match. The Fatal 4-Way. It was Enzo and Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus versus Gallows and Anderson. Motherfucker! Biggest spot of the night. New Day starts walking down to the ramp like they got an announcement like they're going to enter into the match. And then cue the do. Oh, I'm so fucking happy. It was the motherfucking Hardys. Biggest pop of the night. Biggest pop of the night, hands down. Holy shit. Moment of the night right here, in my opinion. But I'm a fucking Hardy fan. I've been fortunate enough to meet Jeff. Haven't met Matt yet, but I met Jeff on one occasion. Awesome dude. Been a fan of the Hardys for years. Their match against the Dudley Boys and Edge and Christian basically solidified in my mind every single move because of how epic that match was. In my mind, there doesn't get a better match than that one. So, yeah, Hardy Boys came out. I fucking lost it. I love this shit. I love me some Hardy Boys. And so we know why the ladder stipulation was kind of added last minute now. It makes sense. I even like the New Day acting like it was their match, only to reveal, again, the Hardys. Fuck yes. But I don't know. Saying that the Hardys haven't lost a step is a fucking understatement. They didn't really go anywhere. They've been performing, so they shouldn't have lost a step. If anything, they've gained momentum, at least fan-wise. Oh, welcome back, you amazing sons of bitches. The match overall, I understand it wasn't the greatest of ladder matches because there's been so many. And there was a few sloppy moments, but who cares? It was just so overwhelming on the emotional level. I didn't fucking care. They could have played rock, paper, scissors to determine the champion, and I would have been fucking sitting there all giddy like a schoolgirl. So, yeah, damn, what a fucking match. That swing and the chest beat moment with Sheamus and Cesaro at the same time, though, fucking entertainment at its finest. Moment of the night, hands down for sure, has to be the Hardy Boys, and they get their tag team belts in the same night. Hell yeah. I mean, that spot, the 25-foot or 20-foot ladder jump of Jeff, the twist of fate off the top of Matt. Matt climbs the ladder, gets the belt. Everybody celebrates. I may have creamed my panties. The only thing I can say for my what about me moment, my what about me missing superstar, or Raven, what about me, what about Raven missing superstar of the night, is more of a question and not a missing superstar. Because I miss the broken Matt Brother Nero kind of storyline. Are we back to Team Extreme? Are we the Hardy Boys with a Z? Are we the Broken Hardys? Are we the Hardy Brothers? Are we Broken Matt and Brother Nero? What angle are we working here? Who are they supposed to be? Oh man. If we're on the angle of a Broken Matt Brother Nero angle, then why were the commentators calling Jeff Hardy and not Brother Nero? It was just more fucking confusion. But again, I can't be pissed at it because it's the fucking Hardys. Whether it be broken or extreme, it's fucking Matt and Jeff Hardy. Or Brother Nero, whatever you want to say. I'm fucking happy. So the next match is what I've been saying all along. And this was nothing more than what Miz and Maurice would say is not awesome. Because you had Miz and Maurice versus John Cena and Nikki Bella. It was good work for The Miz. Is he becoming a fan favorite? Because that crowd interaction that he had with the yes chants, and they were booing Cena. They've been booing Cena for a while. But is that what's going on right now with a revolution of Miz? We had the yes movement. Are we having the awesome movement now? Is that something that I can look forward to? Because it was pretty good pops for a hated wrestler, I must say. But I also must say that the actual match was kind of weak. Poor execution, poor piss poor kind of choreographed moves. I can't even say that fucking word. I don't know, it's just piss poor wrestling, basically. To be expected, though, honestly. I mean, Nikki Bella and Maurice were in the match, therefore, we knew it was kind of going to be horrid. We knew that it was going to have issues. There was nothing really worth talking about as far as the match goes. After the match, that John Cena, Nikki Bella, winning with horseshit and everything. Who gives a shit, basically? Cena on the mic, and imagine that. He proposes to Nikki Bella, just like we all knew that he would all along. No real shock here, no real surprise. It was fucking predictable. You wanna be soap star Cena. But holy hell, was that a big fucking rock. It was a big ass engagement ring. Plus, here's my question on the match. Did Cena have the ring in his pocket the whole time during the match? Because that would be really bulky, hard to hide. If you took a slam wrong, you'd either crush the box or crush your bone beneath it. I mean, I've hit my cell phone on a corner of a desk before in my pocket, and it about took me to my knees because I caught a hip flexor on it. And like, not a flexor, but like a hip hitter. Imagine what a fucking square box with a wedding ring inside of it would do. So yeah, did he have it? Or, I don't know, or was he given it to him after the match? It was just kind of an observation I made. I mean, are we really supposed to believe that this segment was spur of the moment? Because the Bella bitches actually had the family sitting ringside. Like right there at the ring instead of box seats that would have been probably more enjoyable. But yeah, and Nikki didn't even really seem that surprised. She didn't seem like she really cared. I mean, yeah, she may have cared as an airplane goes above me. Fucking close to the airport over here. But yeah, I don't know. I was just missing something. It needed more. It needed something else. It needed somebody to attack him during it. That would have been better. Motherfucking Finn Balor come back, or some Sting come back and attack John Cena at WrestleMania right after he proposed to his wife. Holy shit, that would be fucking amazing. Whew. But that's just me speculating because I want to see that, but I would never will. Botch of the night. Oh, so many fuck-ups. Where to begin, what to choose. You know what? I'm going to make this one a weak one. As the reign continues on, I'm going to continue on podcasting. I don't give a fuck anymore. I got to do it. I appreciate everybody listening. So I'm just going to continue on. Botch of the night, back to it. And here's my my bitch session of the night. Open air arenas. I do not like an open roof arena. If you're going to have a wrestling match, you kind of need the roof on it to hold the crowd in, to give it the reverb or whatever you need, because not only does the sun spoil the fantasy that is sports entertainment or wrestling, the crowd sounds so much worse because you don't have that echo event or whatever off the roof. They can say that it gets just as loud, but they're wrong. It loses so much every time there's an outside venue. To hear, like, even Nikki Bella at one point pointed out that she and Cena were on the way backstage after he had proposed, you heard it pick up over the microphone and the camera guy. I couldn't even hear you, is what Nikki Bella said. So how did she know what was going on? Yeah. Cena was on a mic and she couldn't even hear him standing 3 feet away. There's issues there. So yeah, Botch of the Night goes to the entire WWE as a company for a shit job of scheduling. I mean, fuck. 2 title matches on the pre-show. Jericho and Owens just going on second during daylight. And then you got fucking Styles basically put out to pasture in the opening match. Yeah, it set the table nice, but it wasn't something that I wanted to see. I don't know. Opening match duties for Styles, I got issues with that. The show overall was kind of hard to get into for me. But again, like I said earlier, as I look back, maybe it wasn't as bad as I was criticizing it was whenever I first initially watched it and wrote my notes. But for me, it was really hard to get into the show, mainly because of what felt like 9 hours of pre-show, the commentary, things like that added to it of me not giving a fuck. Alright, one more bitch session, then we'll get back to the show. Why do we as fans need to see the exact same hype video 118 times throughout the night? We get it. We already know the fucking matches that are happening on the card. We kind of know the storyline, we kind of know the build-up, and if we're a true fan, we know everything that goes on behind the scenes. So why do we have to fucking see the same video package before every fucking match? I don't know. If this is for the non-WWE fan that happens to tune in just for the pay-per-views or is watching it with friends, ask your fucking friends, communicate. Actually talk to people. Find out what's going on in the universe and don't make us suffer through this shit anymore, because it's annoying the fuck out of me. Why cater to those that aren't fans? Why cater to these that, subscribe and watch weekly, watch daily even? You're punishing your diehard fans, WWE Universe. I don't know. But then again, it is the WWE Universe, and they don't give a fuck what the fans actually enjoy, so they're going to keep doing what they always do. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. I thought my bitch session was done, but I guess it's not, and I'm going to continue on. So we put 2 title matches and a battle royale on the pre-show because we're stretched for time. We're so stretched for time that we can afford to give fucking Triple H an additional 15 minutes just for a goddamn entrance? Is that really what is going on here? The game continues to bury motherfuckers. And people wonder why we stop watching in certain periods of time. It's because same shit, different day gets fucking annoying. Bad, down to the match anyway. Besides this, hang on, I want to get back to Triple H. Triple H really rides in on a motorcycle. So Mr. Stephanie is now a wannabe Undertaker. Fuck you, gang. Hey, there was new ring attire for Seth Rollins, so that was kind of cool. Kind of a big deal. He looks weird and not all black. Because, black. Haha, get it. But yeah. Seth Rollins versus Triple H match. It might be a new record for Seth Rollins losing his wrist tape. Because he's known to lose his wrist tape during the duration of a match. This one might be a new record on how quickly it actually came unraveled. Because it was about 3 punches into it and Rollins loses his wrist tape. It comes off in about 10 seconds into the match. Speaking of which, the fight, decent. It was good. Started off quick with a lot of hard hittings. Rollins continues to oversell, making it about his knee and shit, and making his overall strength kind of look weak. But it works. It's effective. Yeah, at one point, Seth Rollins hit Triple H in the head with a chair? Is that what happened in the PG era? Holy crap. A headshot. Yes, please. And then there at the end, Stephanie through the table. Ooh, that was a good little spot right there. I like that. Stephanie falls back into the table because Triple H runs into her and shit. That was good. That was good. It was a good ending. Rollins wins with a pedigree after kicking out of Triple H's pedigree. Hardly anybody kicks out of a Triple H pedigree. Yeah. Triple H does not win at WrestleMania, becoming the biggest loser for WrestleMania ever. He's lost the most wrestling matches at WrestleMania. So, is he the biggest loser? Maybe. I'm kind of beside myself. I did not expect Triple H to lose kind of clean to Seth Rollins. Should be a good half feud moving forward, because, again, Triple H is only there half the time. If even that, a quarter of the time. Fuck, a third of the time. I don't know which is more. I'm too fucking high. There is no such thing. You can't be too high. Never. Continuing on, hopefully after that match, they begin to, turn around, I guess. I don't know. After that table spot and the crowd really came into their own, that match built a lot of momentum. That match was in a great spot because it was leading into your title matches and shit like that, and it was good. And then it was fucking ruined. The table spot followed by Pitbull. I could not fast forward the tape or the network fast enough. I skipped all through that fucking Pitbull segment. That's just complete horse shit. Fucking Pitbull. Just killed all momentum. Just a fucking show killer. Anyway, we get to the Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship. Here's my another observation. If a champion gets introduced first, they're not going to win. Because when did we change who gets introduced first? I mean, for most of my life, I thought the champion always got introduced second. The challenger and then the champion. Because if it's just a one-on-one, no championship, it's his opponent. Or their opponent. Huh. Anyway, Bray came on first, followed by Orton, foreshadow much? At least the match continued on the weird what the fuck was that kind of homage and kick that the WWE was, the motif, if you will. Because no, some strange shit afoot at WrestleMania. It wasn't boring, it was just fucking weird. And that's my overall theme, I think, for the show. It's not bad, it was just fucking weird. Randy Orton wins and is your new WWE champion. I called that shit. I've been calling that shit for fucking since Survivor Series or whenever it was that Brock beat the fuck out of him. When Orton got bloodied up by Brock, I knew then that within the next 12 months, Randy Orton would not only win your Royal Rumble, but become champion, because Orton plays that fucking long game. He will get hurt in order to get something in return. And I think this is what happened here. You do something for me, I do something for you. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. They scratched each other's back on this one. Orton gets bloodied and gets concussed whenever he fought Brock. Getting Brock back into it as the beast that he is, and I'll touch on him in a little bit, and then Orton gets another championship belt on the end, on his end, like kind of, yeah, you scratch me, I scratch you. That's what it seemed to me. I'm okay with it, I guess, but I just have the feeling that Bray Wyatt deserves more. Yeah, he just deserves a lot more. So much talent gone to waste with him. Maybe reform another group like a Wyatt family. Leave Harper out of it. Get somebody a little more charismatic than Rowan. And now that Braun's moved on, you got to get somebody big. Sanity's going to need something to do here in a little bit. Eric Young and Bray, kind of a feud for who's the leader. Maybe something to get excited about for the future. I don't know. But anyway, on to that Universal Championship match. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. You know what? At least it was longer than 90 fucking seconds this time. Goldberg forgot to dye his beard again. And he's really looking his age. It was nice to see a match between two guys who suck at selling the most. But I mean that in the most honest way that I can say it. It was actually refreshing. It was actually nice. Because holy shit, the match fucking was fast. The match was violent. The match was fucking entertaining. I'll say that. I was thoroughly enjoying myself watching it. Very violent. Lesnar kicked out of a jackhammer. Oh shit, it was good. There at the end of it, what was it, 10 spears? Or no, yeah. No, 10 German suplexes and something like 5 spears. Holy shit. Brock Lesnar leaped over Goldberg. Granted, it was kind of off to the side, one-legged, but he leaped over Goldberg, who was coming in for a spear. And then German suplex and F5. It's over. We got a new fucking champion. Brock Lesnar is your Universal Champ. I guess that it beats anything with Goldberg and his, a fifth of the time wrestling. So yeah, Lesnar looked really good. A lot better than Goldberg's part-time work ethic. So, I'm happy about that. Are we going to see Brock more? Are we going to see him to the point where he's in every day, almost every week figure that we have to look forward to? Or is he going to be another Goldberg where he's only a part-time wrestler? These are the things that I think about. But I digress and I move on because that's what we do while it still continues to rain a little bit harder now, and hopefully the mic's not picking it up as bad as I think it is. But we had the 6-pack Women's Championship for the SmackDown title, or whatever the fuck I just meant to say. SmackDown Women's Championship title match, the six-pack challenge. Is that better? It was Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Natty, Mickie James, and Naomi. The match was scheduled to be pre-show, and then enough people threw a bitch fit and had their say that it was now the second to last match. The intro to the last match, and that's what we're dealing with. Okay. Like I said, just fucking weird scheduling on WWE's part. But anyway, I couldn't really care less about this match. Champion was introduced first, so we basically knew Alexa Bliss doesn't stand a snowball's chance in hell. Sucked balls, killed the steam, killed the momentum, killed the flow of the show. Match was underwhelming and a bit confusing. Don't get me wrong, there was a couple spots that were enjoyable. I just wanted something more. Alexa Bliss tapped out to Naomi. So Naomi is back as your SmackDown Women's Champion in her hometown. Oh, hell. This is just a fucking letdown. Just more stupid shit to go with stupid shit, I guess. What a waste of talent that is whatever the WWE continues to do with the New Day. From the longest tag team champs to introducing people and other teams and a crowd attendance. Wasn't even a fucking record, and they announced the crowd attendance. Nobody gives a shit about crowd attendance. Something I do give a shit about. My s'more moment of the night. My s'more moment of the night. Having good old JR back on the microphone. Back on commentary. In the WWE. And I've just learned that he signed a 2-year contract, so good old JR is in fact back. JR announcing the Undertaker match. It just seemed fitting. So I'll take some more, please. I'll take some more. I could listen to JR call the action in a paint drying competition. He's so thorough and elegant with his words. Granted, he stumbles. He says stupid shit. He mispronounces words and goes off on tangents and uses phrases like schlobberknocker. He cusses a little, but he's fucking good at his job. The passion is there. He's so fucking good. He starts off quiet and builds momentum, and he takes you through the energy of everything. He takes you on the low journey, and then he takes you on the high journeys as well. Starts quiet and low, shows you his passion and his entertainment, like the passion he has for this industry. And then he gets higher pitched and louder and faster, and he's just better than anything else on a microphone. So, not only can I have some more of JR, can I ask one favor? Is this too much to ask? A Corey Graves JR match. Those two would be the only two that would be on the commentary. I might nut myself if those two were on commentary calling a match together. But Corey's got to stay the prick, and JR's got to be the straight dude. I'm just thinking about it here. Oh, man. I get excited about shit like that. And then came the match that I'm not quite sure how I feel about. It was one of these matches that it broke my heart. It broke my fucking heart. Undertaker lost at WrestleMania. I get that. That's not a big deal. Undertaker losing to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That is a bbig deal. You screwed the pooch, WWE. I get that Taker doesn't want to ride off into that proverbial sunset as your all-conquering hero. I get that that's not who he is and that's not his character. He wants to pass on the lineage, the passing of the torch, if you will. But anybody but Reigns. Anybody but Roman Reigns. Why even have this match other than to piss off the fans and the faithfuls? Everyone loves The Undertaker just about as much as everybody hates Roman Reigns. So basically we knew going into this that it was the ending. Before the bell even rang, as much as it pains me to say, we knew it was the end. And during the match, it wasn't bad, it wasn't great. Taker was slow, the dead man looked out of shape, and just plain old. If you can't tell by the tone in my voice, man, I'm still sad about it because it's Undertaker. Like I was explaining to the fiance, Undertaker's the one guy that we suspend belief for. That we stop reality and enter kayfabe. We have the image of Undertaker that he can summon lightning. We don't have that for anybody else. Kane for a little bit, but then he went corporate and lost it. But the Undertaker, he can literally rise from the dead. It hurt. The actual match was okay, I guess, for what it was. It wasn't complete shit. I hate Roman Reigns, so therefore I was biased. And I'm always going to be biased because I think he's a waste of sperm. His dad should have wiped him off on a fucking washcloth. But I do like the Phenom Undertaker, so he'll always hold my attention. I'm going to try to get through this part. Undertaker has his signature setup where he's laying in a prone position and he sets up real quick and stares at you. And he did it once. He went for it that second time and he kind of got about halfway and fell to the side. As a fan, I read the writing on the wall. I knew what was going to happen. Roman Reigns wins. Undertaker retires. Undertaker left his gear in the ring, folded up his trench coat, left the hat. Yeah, I get that symbology. Last year, I guess, was for the fight. This year was for the fans. I don't know. Because he left the gloves last year. He leaves everything this year. I don't know. But it was good. That's all she wrote on The Undertaker. Such a heartbreaking match. Fuck Roman Reigns. Fuck Roman Reigns even more. If they were wanting to turn him heel, good luck. Because he's fucking heel now. You don't come back from that shit. I like the symbology with Taker leaving everything. And hell, I've been on the internet today. Those fucking things are still there. The trench coat, the hat, in the middle of the ring, it's still there. They were tearing down everything around it. Those things remain. So, good on you. Good on you, WWE workers. My overall feeling after the show was, holy shit, what a marathon. What the fuck did I just watch? Some weird storytelling. Just bizarre scheduling. I don't understand a whole lot of what they did, but, they did it, so there's that. So much potential, so little payoff. You had some moments of pure genius. JR back on commentary, genius. The Hardy Boys return, fucking epic. Undertaker gets pinned by Roman Reigns? Go fuck yourself. I don't know. Hopefully the upcoming draft will change the staleness that seems to have fallen over the entire WWE as a whole. To be the grandest stage of them all, this one kind of fell flat. But like I said, as I reflect more and process everything, maybe it's not as bad as I initially made it out to be. I was just wanting more, and sometimes more is less. I hope that translates well. Sometimes you need less to have more. Maybe the WWE is trying to overthink things and overcrowd their divisions and their roster and stuff. I don't know. Maybe we're so saturated with storylines that we don't know what is what. From the Styles and Jericho matches on during daylight hours to putting the Battle Royale, Cruiserweight title, and the IC title matches on the pre-show, whole night just didn't live up to the hype. Here's to hoping that the Monday after WrestleMania follows suit the way that the other ones have. Because Monday after WrestleMania is usually pretty fucking crazy. So hopefully this one is. And we'll see how SmackDown Live is after that. 205 Live, NXT. I'll be back. Fuck, I'll be there. And I'll be there to talk about all the horseshit that is the WWE Universe. There's no intro today. There's no outro today. There probably won't be an intro or outro the rest of the week until I get back to Secondhand Studios. So until then, I'm going to sign off. My name is Weed, a.k.a. Alan. You guys take care of yourselves. Take care of each other out there. Let's get the fuck out of here. What do you say? Peace.